If you are producing something for film, you want to use the video options, or under Create, you can choose Video Landscape, which of course is how you would view things on a computer or a TV, or mobile video, which is if it's something that's meant for social media or phone viewing. So I'm just going to get the blank page. So this is a blank page. Because it's a video, this is timeline information, so that's giving you your timing for the content in the video. Down here are your specific slides. These are like your frames. So this is a 5-second page that you can animate and add different content to. So depending what you're trying to do, you could build out a whole presentation in a video build. So that would look, essentially, there's a couple options there. If I was going to make a whole presentation as a video, I could make my separate slides and then go up to design, where I can search templates. So depending on what I'm creating, I could find a template for a presentation that I could technically animate. So when you search, these are templates for single page animations because it's video. So if I search something like back to school, and I click it, it's going to add it to my video. So I have this single page now in the video. And then from here, depending on what I wanted to do next, let's say I needed to put in stock footage of something that I want to talk about. So I could go to Elements and I could search, if it's back to school, maybe I want to talk about summer break. So I'm going to search summer break. I want to find actual videos. So if I click videos under Canva, it's going to show me all of the possible videos that fit under summer break. I can also though click through and I can get a little bit more specific. So I'm going to click vacation. So maybe what I'm going to do is have this video pop up while I'm talking about summer break. When you click once, Canva just automatically adds the video in a frame to a slide. If I delete that and I drag from the left side and I hover over the corner, it actually fits it so it's nice and large on the screen and fits your full frame. So this video is 15.2 seconds. I could go in and change the time if I wanted to by either moving my cursor over the edge and dragging in or dragging out. You can also typically adjust timing and animation up top. So that's like the basics of just like your video slides. Now, if you're trying to build a presentation and then insert videos, that's where you could go and you could start with a presentation. This is going to give you templates of like a full out design. So if my presentation, let's say my presentation is about color theory, I could try searching for something. Canva actually has a lot of pre-designed things. Like this is a full-fledged pre-designed presentation. But if you're trying to create something for your own use and you just want a style or aesthetic, that's what you would want to describe. So I could type in something like corporate marketing pitch. And it should give me templates that are several pages, as noted by the numbers in the bottom, that are but are all in unity of their design. So they all have the same types of fonts and layouts, movements. So this is all about creating that smooth flow. So you can scroll through and look at these templates, which are not going to provide like a pre-designed component of your information. It's just the design itself. And if you find ones you like, you can apply it. When you apply it, you can apply all 10 pages, and now your presentation has 10 pages that you can alter. You can, of course, add more, copy, paste, and duplicate. So this is where you could go in and start building out your presentation. So maybe I am presenting to a class about diversified teaching strategies. So I could put my name up top. With font and text, just like with Google, you make sure you have the text box selected. You can press Command A or highlight. Up at the top of your screen in the window is all your options for adjusting. So you have all these different font types. What's neat is that you can also search by font styling. So I could say corporate, and it's going to try to give me suggestions as to what create a corporate like font. You can also type in things like handwriting, and it's going to give you fonts that are similar. So again, you're just able to stylize a little bit more. Also, up at the top, you can, of course, adjust your font size, whatever you need. Color, and then your typical stylings: bold, italic, underline, strike. You have your caps here. Effects are a big one. In effects, you can go in and you can do things to elevate your font, which helps with readability. So I could outline it, and then I could change the outline by clicking the color underneath the effect. So again, I highlighted the font, went into effects at the top, and I'm adjusting that specific effect in the effect panel. You can also adjust the stroke weight or thickness. Some of these, depending on what effect you choose, have other options, again, to allow you to develop this how you see fit. So diversified teaching, and I could say this is, let's say University of Delaware, and so on and so forth. You can also click pictures, and you can, overlay more pictures. You can make them transparent. So if you wanted to have font or text that's transparent. The background remover is if you insert a picture and you want to take the background out. So like this one, it took out the clear background. This is where if you took a photo of something and wanted to only have a piece of it, you could use that element. And then there is edit for any photos, which of course has the AI components, but also things like filters and effects and apps. I just stick with the filters and effects. So if on my next page, I wanted to insert a video that I uploaded, what you do first to get your uploads is you can scroll down on the left side, and there is the uploads button. When you click that, it's going to ask you, if you want to upload files or record yourself. So you can choose upload files. And it's going to show you any of the files you have on your computer. So if you film on your phone, you'd need to download from Google first to get these files on your computer. So let's say I did go download those files. I'll click downloads, and I'll be able to find the file in my downloads and hit open. When I hit open, it's going to insert it into my uploaded file area. And after it uploads, I can then drag and drop it into frames that already exist. So this is like a photo frame. Now it's become the video. Or I can drag it and drop it just straight on a slide and adjust the size by dragging the handles however I want. As far as your video settings go, Canva does have a loop and a speed and volume, but I don't mess with these too much because we don't necessarily loop and things in here. Yeah, you can change the time, and you can, just do some like basic things that would all be stylized choices. Transparency again would be like if you wanted to have something in the background that still plays. You can animate, and that's typically your entry and exit. So for example, this flickers, but it's the whole time. So it's going to really depend on what you're doing with the video and what you want it to do. So like this was an entrance. If I click any type of animation, it's going to allow me to choose if I wanted to animate on entering, on exiting, or both, and the direction I want the animation to go, and the speed of the animation. So if you've ever seen something that has several things pop up at different times and different speeds, you would go in here and that's how you could adjust. The other thing is when you are designing or working with things, the positioning, you can hold on a PC like your Dell, you can hold the control key, and you can select things that you want to have the same alignment, or I'm sorry, in Canva it's shift. So I can hold shift, and I'm selecting all these because I want to left align them all. So I would click position, and then I would choose left to make sure they're all aligned, which you can see they are. And of course you can align things depending on how you need to align them. To make new pages, you can click the plus sign in between things, Or if you want to duplicate a page, like I want to reuse a template, I can click the three dots and I can choose duplicate, and that's just going to duplicate the page right away. Just trying to think of anything else. There's a lot of fun things under the elements components that you can search through. Like if you just search, it will give you a lot. Even things like there was a student looking for cells in science, so I said you probably could look it up in Canva. So you know, like skin cells. Even that, they have all kinds of things, including graphics. They have a whole bunch of graphics that are stylized. That's the other thing too. If you start using one style of a graphic, it'll keep generating more to show you those styles and what you might want to use. As far as audio goes, they do have some provided audio content. And then, of course, in your video, if you dropped audio in, you would, that would be with your video. The other thing with the videos, let me go back to uploads real quick. Once you put a video in, so I'm going to drop that as its own slide, and that way it's its own video slide. You can, like I said up top, you can choose edit, and that's where you actually will be able to again adjust coloration, but you can also slow a video down or speed it up, and this is where you can do some of the adjustments. There are transitions you can put in between, so if I choose that on the video, as you can see, it's added a transition here, so after the video plays it would dissolve into the next slide. As far as editing video, I think if it's just video like this where I've dropped it into a presentation, I don't think you can edit as much as if you were working in a video preface. There we go. So if I do click duration, it does show me length and time. It also shows me the audio file, that whatever audio file is attached to this presentation right now. I don't think there is one. So if I went into audio and I searched popular music, let's say, and I grabbed this song, I can drag and drop it into my timeline as it says. Maybe. My computers have been freezing lately. Here we go. And now, when I do that, if I zoom timeline, I can grab my music, my audio, and drag it anywhere underneath my presentation. I am going to guess maybe. Just want to double check and see what happens if I do that. Okay. I was curious if there would be a play button when I try to drop that in. Just making sure. I just want to show you some of the basics. When all is said and done, you can download straight from Share. What's nice is you can download, if you did this as a whole video, like an MP4, you can download it straight as a video file. But Canva also now has a download feature where you can download as a PowerPoint. So you could download this as a PowerPoint and put it into Google for yourself, and then open it and convert it to Google Slides. The other thing, real quick, from Google, if you have uploaded to your Google Drive and you want to download to your computer to edit, go into your Google Drive, find the video, you're going to choose the three dots and choose download. When you do that, it's going to download it as a full file. If you download several things at the same time by holding control and selecting, what's going to happen is if I click download, if I click download, it's going to download everything, but it's going to download it as what's called a zip file. And on your Dell, a zip file, you will need to double click it and a button will pop up and say extract this file, and you'll say yes, extract everything from the file, and then it would all be there for you to insert into Canva and again use in the program. Okay, I tried to give you a rundown without rambling too much. Let me know how I can help.